Hello, everyone, and welcome to Steelbook Obsessed. My name is Jake, and today I have for you new release roundup number 4D, or D, that's the way it goes. And I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. I should have made one of these about a week and a half ago because I have 79 movies to talk about today in that giant stack you saw in the thumbnail. I'm going to try to showcase this off. That's the stack I have, plus that, plus that. There's a lot. Like, I can't even pick the stacks up like I normally do, just because there is so much stuff that we have to talk about today. So let's waste no more time. Jump right into it. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, because to start off new release roundup number 40, I thought we would start out with a bang in this giant behemoth of a box set for David Lynch's Dune from Imprint Films. I'm going to go into this one and talk about just the amazingness that is on this. First, I'm going to showcase off the main factor why I was interested in receiving a review copy from Imprint. It's because there's like a sand effect to it. It's kind of like an hourglass aesthetic, which is very, very cool. I'm trying to open up the protector, which is easier said than done here. I mean, it's doing its job. It's protecting. Let's open this up. Show off the goods. Get rid of that big box here, because as you can see, we gotta let the sand kind of do its thing, because it has been down for about a few weeks now, so I don't know how long it takes to actually make sure that the sand starts going. It's going now. I don't know if that catches well on screen there, but the sand is indeed starting to drip on this release. It's just very cool. While that's kind of there, now it's starting to go. If I can get some of the glare off there. Okay, but as you can see on here, there is a whole bunch of sparkly bits going all around it. And then we have the sandworm right here. It almost opened up while I was rotating it. And there is the nice little sand effects going down on David Lynch's Dune. It takes a while for it to go, but once it goes, in person, this looks great. I'm really hoping that it showcases off here on screen. But there is the impressiveness of Imprint Films Dune on the spine there. It opens up like so. Let's see here. I should do it like this. Boom. And I don't know how much I can actually showcase off to you here. That's about as far as I feel comfortable opening. I'll open it all the way now that it's on the ground. It comes with a ginormous size poster, and it's made out of very, very good material, like different material, poster-esque material. This is very high quality poster material that we're talking about here. Other theatrical poster, nice and glossy, huge too. We also have, next up on the box, we've got the first 3 issues of the Dune comic book that Marvel actually put out, which is very, very cool. I want to say Marvel put this out. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I just lied to your face. But I know it's the official comic adaptation of Dune. I don't know. I love little touches like this, because this really hasn't been released any other way. I had no idea that there was an original comic for Dune until I got it in this set, so that's always a nice treat. Next up, we have a booklet, a nice hardcover book, The World Beyond Your Imagination, beyond your experience beyond your imagination, Dune. It's got a whole bunch of pictures and essays and all that fun jargon. I'm not showing off any of that for you, but there's that. But the creme de la crop, the reason why you want to get this set in your collection is for the actual 4K itself. We have a nice lenticular design here, always a nice touch by me. There's the back, all nice and glossy, kind of like what this box set is. It's got a back gloss as well. Here's the original poster artwork, the 4K of Dune right here. This is a 4-disc set. We have the theatrical edition on 4K. We have the theatrical version on Blu-ray. Span it over here. We have the extended TV cut on Blu-ray. And then we also have a documentary and a lot of special features on its own disc over here. The documentary itself is The Sleeper Must Awaken, Making Dune. This is the documentary that was made in 2024, just in case you ever needed to know that. It also comes with a nice folder, a nice little folder-esque thing to hold your pictures, which Imprint always does a very good job at kind of... No, I hate it when these images that you get just come on like that paper that you just throw away anyway. It's nice that Imprint kind of thinks outside the box and gives you something to put the pictures in that also is thematic to the movie itself. I'm gonna mess up flipping all of these around just so you know. I'm always terrible at doing that, but there you go. I want to say that's everything. That's all of the pictures included here. Yeah, this is very unique. I did not get the Neverending Story release because I'm a fan of the movie. I'm not giant mantelpiece edition for that movie. Dune is very fun itself. This is so uniquely packaged that I just needed to kind of at least see what it was all about in person, and Imprint was nice enough to show me. That is kind of what the box set looks like when it's all the way open up. You got the book, you got the poster that also fits in this little area here. I'm trying to go think outside the box for new release roundup number 40, just so you can see a little bit of everything, even if it's so dang big. It's hard for me to actually showcase off myself. Pushing that all the way in. Let's do some nice sandy effects one more time. That's a good shot right there for all of you. That's what it should do. It takes a couple minutes to warm up, just like your tea or coffee in the morning. But once it's ready to drip, it'll drip, baby. It'll drip, baby. There we go. I don't know, fun. I could and have played with this for a embarrassingly amount of time that never really gets old. Like, the hourglass effect is there for a reason, and now I'm going to put it back in its protector to stay for the rest of its days. I'll open it up to pop in the movie again, but I need to find a good spot to actually put this beast of a release, because that's why I don't have big sets like that. Although, I do have a couple other big sets that you saw in the thumbnail from the Film Vault I'll show off a little bit later. I have a collection of Film Vault. Those are like the perfect size for me. That behemoth of a Dune set, it's crazy. It's insanely huge. I love it just because it's such a unique piece of physical media. But again, thank you, Imprint and Viavision, for sending that my way. Next up, a movie that I'm very excited finally gets the 4K treatment from Kino Lorber. We have Dogtooth, baby. If you've never seen this movie, it is so weird, so unique, so messed up. Directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, the person who directed The Lobster and Poor Things and The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and The Favorite. I like a lot of his movies. This one's not my favorite, but I saw this one before I knew who Lanthos was. I was working at Hollywood Video in my college years, and I randomly heard very messed up things about Dogtooth. I want to say I was listening to the Slash Filmcast back in the day, and they were talking about how messed up this movie was. I find it very dark humor-esque. Like, I laughed at scenes that I probably shouldn't have, probably because I was feeling uncomfortable about actually watching the stuff that was going on here. I don't want to spoil too much about the movie, but if you do like Yorgos's other work, I would highly recommend this film as well, just because it is so unique. And I'm very happy to own it on 4K. I already had it on Blu-ray. I bought the Blu-ray. I will be getting rid of the Blu-ray because I do not need that anymore. Very happy to own Dogtooth. 4K physically in my collection. Since we have 79 of these movies, I need to like get faster at showcasing off some of them. So let's go over a set from Warner Brothers, another one that I'm very happy to have in the collection. The 75th Anniversary Peanuts Ultimate TV Special Collection. There are 40 TV specials in this sucker. Of course, you know about your Christmas. You know about the Great Pumpkin. You know about the Easter Beagle. All of that fun stuff that Peanuts has to offer. But there are some in here that I've never heard of that I cannot wait to watch. There's one about voting, which is very odd and unique to me. I want to say this is either a 4 or 5 disc set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs with 40 classics on there. It comes with a book that kind of showcases off every single TV special that is included in this release. I'm hoping that you can read that. I'll keep that up there for a couple seconds. But if you go in a little bit, you can kind of see a little bit more of a description of the short. Yeah, You're Not Elected, Charlie Brown is the one, obviously about the election. Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. Like, I grew up on these. I'm growing my kids up on these, so I cannot wait to watch some of these for the first time myself with my kids. That should be such a treat, and I'm very happy that Warner Brothers is deciding to celebrate Peanuts right by giving such a huge collection of these classic shorts in a nice compact size. I don't know. I'm out of everything that I got here today, that's one that is definitely going to be watched more than pretty much any, just because there's so much to watch within that box set. The slim down set too. I don't know. I really enjoyed that release. Up next is a movie that I saw in theaters that I really enjoy the franchise. It was my favorite action franchise going. It still is. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning from Paramount on glorious 4K. This might be, like, if not the weakest installment of the franchise, the second weakest. I want to say 2 is still the dog. It's still, I will probably never need to watch Mission Impossible 2 again. But I'm almost okay never seeing Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning again either. There's 2 cool scenes. This one in particular, I might just pop this in and see that scene again because it is breathtaking. But this movie's 3 hours long, and the first hour is just an info dump of stuff that you just saw from the Dead Reckoning Part 1. I still have a 4K that says Dead Reckoning Part 1. They decided to take the Part 2 away, just with the Final Reckoning route here. I don't know. I'm happy to have it because I am a completionist, and I do love me some Mission Impossible. Some of the best stunt set pieces that there are. This movie just kind of was kind of a bore. It was kind of a chore, and like I said, I will watch some of the stunts. I don't know if I'll ever watch the whole movie in its entirety, just because it's whatever. It's kind of whatever. My Letterboxd review is up there. One of the weaker movies that I saw when it came out this year. I've even kind of forgotten it. I don't know. It's a very forgettable movie for me. A movie that's not as forgettable and got 2 incredible looking releases from Warner Brothers. We have Corpse Bride in either a slipcover or a slipcover steelbook release. My kids and I actually just watched this last week again. First time in 4K, but we've seen it about 3 or 4 times. It's spooky dooky season. We got to pop in some stuff. We have a family movie night every Friday. One thing that I will say, if you just get the standard release, hopefully you get the slipcover, because this slipcover has so much embossing on it. It's worth having. On the majority of my just random studio releases, I'm okay if I don't have the slipcover. This is an exception to where hopefully you can hunt down this slipcover because it is so nice. But that's why I don't even know if I prefer the steelbook over the slip, because if you can get the slip, they are very, very comparable. And I really enjoy that Warner Brothers kind of went out of their way to make 2 stellar versions for this movie. As you can see, the slipcover kind of makes her awake, which is a nice little touch here. There is some glory shots of that, trying to get some of the spot glosses that's on here. There is the heart. The 4K, this only comes with 1 disc, which is unfortunate. I want to say if you get the UK version, it'll come with a 4K and Blu-ray. And one thing, word to note about UK releases, the Blu-ray is region free, which I don't think is getting promoted enough. Like, I know some people really love keeping their Blu-rays. I have a few 4K players now, but for the longest time I was only rocking 1. So if I ever wanted to watch something upstairs, we'd have to pop it in the Blu-ray player, which if you don't have a Blu-ray, you can't do. So I hate that they're kind of taking that away from US releases. But I will say that the 4K transfer on this does look mighty nice. There is Corpse Bride for you. Kind of staying on the family train here. Let's talk about The Bad Guys 2 on glorious 4K. My family and I saw this in theaters. We are fans of the first movie. The second movie is more or less the same. My friends call me the Heist Hound, so I watch a lot of different heist movies. This is a fun one. This is a very fun movie. If you like the first one, you will like the second one. There are some twists in here that are just, I don't know, it's a fun, family-filled, good time. It's solid. It's not going to blow you away, but it's a very fun watch for sure. Here's a movie that I have not seen. One of the newest ones from Vinegar Syndrome that I got from themovieroom.com. That is The Resurrected. Don't know too much about this movie at all. I do know it's kind of Lovecraftian. I just watched From Beyond for the first time. Had a very fun time with that as well. So I'm excited to watch this movie. If you want to get like pretty much any Vinegar Syndrome new release title, you can head over to themovieroom.com. And if you want to save a little bit of money, use my discount code SteelBook10 to save 10% off mostly everything on their website. You can't save on like their premium Steelbooks, but you can save on your Vinegar Syndrome releases. So if you don't want to wait for a sale and still want to get new releases, that might be the route to go. And you don't have to worry about slipcovers selling out because they get the new releases and they get them with slips. So that is always nice. Here's another one that I got from themovieroom.com. A movie that I enjoyed, The Monkey on glorious 4K Steelbook. I don't think the US got a Steelbook, and if we did, it did not look as nice as this one. I really enjoy the art aesthetic that is on this release. There is that. I really enjoy the inside. Unfortunately, there's no art on the discs. That looks very bootleggy, honestly. I wish they would have put a little bit more thought and love and care into what they put on the discs. But that inside artwork, too, is mighty, mighty solid for me. The movie, I thought, was fine. I wanted a little bit more from it. Like, the last third kind of drops off the side of a cliff, unfortunately. But there's still some fun to be had. There's some fun kills here. I really like some Osgood Perkins. I think I preferred Longlegs over the monkey, but I'm still excited to see whatever he decides to come up with next. Again, horror is just in a very good place in 2025. Love to see it. Trying to support it as much as I can. And yeah, that's why I added the monkey to my collection. Let's talk about an Arrow video title now, shall we? I got this from MVD. You can also get this from themovieroom.com. I got Spawn in glorious 4K, and I almost made a movie review video for Spawn. I did not. I bit my tongue because I'd never seen Spawn before, and I watched this. Woof. Spawn is terrible, and I'm assuming it's always been terrible, but the character design is just so damn cool that I'm like, I'll love Spawn. Like my preteen self was all into Spawn, and my mid-30s self was just like, oh my god, this is disgusting and ugly and grimy, and I want to get out of this town now. There's no good characters in this movie at all. There's not a lot of fun to be had here. John Leguizamo is terrible. I mean, he's supposed to be over the top, and he is, and I never want to hear him talk in this movie. His jokes are atrocious. Again, the most disgusting person. That's fine when it comes to who he's trying to be, that big fat clown man. I don't know. This movie's not for me whatsoever. But if you like Spawn, even the 4K transfer here dips from looking great to looking grainy. So I don't even know if I'd recommend this. Definitely not full price. I would wait for a sale for Spawn personally. Yeah, again, I could still make a video if you want to hear more of my thoughts, but just yuck. I did not want to waste 20 minutes of my life just talking crap about the movie. Not for me. It's not for me, and that's okay. There are a lot of movies not for me. Here's a movie that was not for me. We have Megan 2.0. And again, some people really enjoyed this movie, and that is great for them. I enjoyed the first Megan. I enjoyed it enough. I was never craving a sequel, but it gave off some Child's Play vibes that I was really enjoying. This movie did not work for me whatsoever. Saw the twist from a mile away, and I'm one of those people that never catches like the twist that's going to happen. This movie is just so predictable and not fun at all. I was so bored, I almost turned it off, and I never turn off movies. I always stick through them. I stuck through this just so I could say that I've seen it. I do not need to see this again. This is one that I will probably be trading in somewhere, or if anybody wants to trade with me, if anybody wants to be part of my physical media pen pal series, let me know, because woof, I do not want Megan, and if you want Megan, please take Megan. I will trade it for just about anything else, honestly. Well, let's see here. We showed off a Steelbook. Should we show off another Steelbook? I kind of want to. Here is one of the latest from Lionsgate Limited. We have Daybreakers on glorious 4K. Umbrella already came out with this movie. So again, this is the second edition of this movie I've gotten in the past couple of months. Still haven't seen it, but it's spooky dooky season. I have this on the agenda. I have this week off of work, which is very nice. You pop it up. The same artwork is on here as on this, which kind of stinks. I wish there was a little bit differentiating factors to this, but I have to give Lionsgate brownie points. I'm always a fan of like the one shot that Steelbooks can do to kind of make one continuous image on the front and back cover. That just looks so nice. On the inside, we have just a 4K disc. I do like this reveal too, though. You can see, there's just Ethan Hawke and company on the disc. You pop the disc out, and now all of them are kind of hiding in shadows, and you can see like the white pupils of their eyes. I don't know, kind of cool. Haven't heard anything about this movie, good or bad, but I have 2 copies in the collection now, so I need to, start watching those. Oh, man. Here's a movie that I did see, that I haven't seen on 4K yet, but I did see in theaters. This is Superman with a glorious lenticular slipcover. Again, another slipcover from Warner Brothers that hopefully you can get your hands on because it is so worth it. I didn't even get the Steelbook. The Steelbook looked very tame to me, I guess, with the Fortress of Solitude. That looked very boring. I know that the S glows in the dark. That's a very cool touch. I really like this. I didn't know this was coming in a lenticular until I got my hands on it. I posted just a video of the lenticular on my YouTube or on my Instagram account, and it blew up. It got like 250,000 views, which is nuts for me just doing this. But I don't think a lot of people knew that this release did this. I don't think Warner Brothers did a great job of promoting that aspect. So I did that for them. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Warner Brothers. Superman is a fun movie. It's fine. It does a good job opening up what the new DCU can be, but I thought as a whole the movie was just okay in an individual movie sense, if that makes any sense. But I think it does. It was fine, not forgettable. God, I just watched Peacemaker season 2. Did not. I mean, the 6th and 7th episode of that season were great to watch. The rest of them, kind of a slog. So kind of nervous where this whole James Gunn DCU universe is going to go, but I still have a little bit of hope that I'm holding out on. Speaking of second seasons of TV shows that kind of take a dip, I haven't seen all of it. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us season 2, but I've heard very mixed things after what happens in the second episode of this season. I know I stopped watching. I'm like, oh God, they did that already. And if you know, you know, but you're not going to get spoiled here. I don't really like watching TV shows streaming just because the buffering looks terrible. I would much rather get a 4K edition of that show and watch it in the best quality humanly possible. I will give The Last of Us season 2 another shot, but probably closer to when season 3 comes out, just so it's kind of fresh in my brain. But next up, going from one infected to another infected. Again, saw this movie in theaters. Here's the Blu-ray of 28 years later. I really like this Blu-ray artwork that they chose on here. I also like the 4K Steelbook artwork. I still might go and grab that. Sony was just nice enough to send this my way. And this is a movie that you don't really need on 4K. Honestly, when I saw it in theaters, I'm like, I could have just waited to see this at home. It's shot on an iPhone 15. The quality is fine, but zoomed in on the big screen kind of made some of the elements not look great because it wasn't shot on the greatest technology. This movie's fine. I liked it, didn't love it. There are some elements that happen in the final third that I'm just like, what is this? Maybe when I watch, I want to say The Bone Temple is the sequel that's coming out in January. Hopefully I'll like the ending to this a little bit more. It just came so out of left field for me that I'm just like, I was just left aghast. My jaw was dropped, and not in a good way. Just like you did that? That's the route you decided to go? Okay, there's some fun performances here, some fun zombie action to be had. Yeah, just be prepared for a very mixed view. A lot of highs and lows of this movie. You got to be open-minded in order to kind of get the most out of your 28 years later experience. Here are a couple more movies that you can find over at themovieroom.com. First up, we have the Terror Vision title, The Nail Gun Massacre. The main reason why I decided to pick this up is because I've been recording new boutique talks. I do enjoy doing that. It just takes so much time. My life is already busy as is, but I do enjoy having one-on-one conversations with people in the community. Ryan from The Disconnected I had on the podcast. He made special features for this release. I've heard very fun things about this movie as well, so I kind of wanted to show my support for him, add this to the collection, and yeah, can't wait to check it out. Hopefully sometime this spooky dookie season. Next up, we have a 4K Steelbook over from the UK. This is Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. I will take it out of its protector. Hopefully it's not super loud for you on your end. But yeah, this is a movie I've never seen before. So when I saw that they were using the theatrical artwork on the Steelbook itself, great googly moogly, I needed to have it immediately because this thing is a beaut. I love the way this release looks. On the back here, some very basic artwork. And on the inside, again, it's a Warner Brothers release. So the Blu-ray and 4K are all region free, and then we have some Bruce Lee fighting on the inside. Cannot wait to finally watch this one. This seems like a January watch to me. Like, what I like to do is October, spooky movies. November, playing catch up on 2025 releases. And then, of course, December, you got to watch your Christmas movies. That's always a tradition. So that's the way I like to go about doing stuff. January is where I'm like, oh, okay, let's maybe catch up on 2025 physical releases. So Enter the Dragon will probably be watched by me then. Next up, we have let's stick with like the Kung Fu genre. I got this box in from MVD. This is the latest box set from Eureka. Furious Swords and Fantastic Warriors. This is a 10 movie set. The Heroic Cinema of Chang Che in here. The Furious Swords. Each disc has 2 movies on them. You get I'll just show you those here. I don't have a good way to actually tell you what movies are on what discs. And the Kung Fu genre has been one that I've needed to kind of like dip my toe into a little bit more, just because there's so much. I don't even know like a good place to start. Enter the Dragon seems like a good place to start. This 10 film set seems like something that you would watch if you're a fan of the genre already and want more of like a knowledge and history of it. I need to find the heavy hitters first. That's what I did for Westerns this year. There were so many great 4K releases of Westerns that came out this year, and I did not think I was a Western guy. Turns out I am. So I want to dip my toe more into Western movies. Hopefully I can do the same in a year or so with the Kung Fu genre. But speaking of Westerns, I haven't seen this one yet, but again, I've heard nothing but great things about the 4K release of Silverado on glorious 4K Steelbook. Again, Sony is coming out with some great looking releases here. Some of their Steelbooks are very hard to get your hands on, but if you do get your hands on them, it is worth it because they put so much attention to detail on their Steelbooks. I so love it so much. It looks very nice. 4K and Blu-ray in this set as well. Again, never seen this movie, but I will. Again, probably going to be a January time frame though. Not going to lie to you or myself or anybody. That's just the way it is. Here is a show that, sure, I could marathon this month. Probably won't, just because there's other movies I want to get to before this complete series of Chucky. I've only seen the first couple of episodes of the first season. I liked what I saw. I just, TV shows are a big commitment. And I don't know, there's some times to where I would much rather watch a movie than a couple episodes of a TV show that I just need to keep on going and going. Maybe if TV was on Letterboxd, I'd watch it a little bit more. There are some shows that are. I'm a big Letterboxd person. It helps me both share my thoughts on the movie and have myself remember what I thought about the project a couple years down the road or whenever I'm like, what did I think of this? Because my brain is that of a goldfish. Like, I cannot remember stuff to save my life. One negative on this complete series is that it is one of those gross stack packs. I wish they had like a splitter, a divider in here. That's always my preferred method of putting discs in Steelbooks. It's a 6-disc set, so it's not crazy on the stack pack, but still a little unfortunate to see. And now this is the complete series because USA, I want to say, was the one, USA or Sci-Fi, they canceled the show, unfortunately, but I heard very good things about it, so I will be checking that out at some point in my life, right? Right? At some point. Here is a movie that I did check out that came out this year. I actually watched this Blu-ray edition of I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. And this is the prime example of making your own opinion on a movie, because I've heard very terrible things about this film, and I enjoyed it very, very much. I thought the kills were gory and glorious. I thought the story was great. I can see why people don't like this, and it has to do with the third act and what gets revealed in the third act. Again, no spoilers here. That was definitely the worst part, the weakest part of the movie for me, and actually took it down a half star because I was really, really enjoying what I was watching. And I still really liked the ending of this movie. It's just that I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 still. It's still a very fun slasher movie, and I would make up your own mind when it comes to this stuff. I thought it was very well shot, very artfully shot, which I was not expecting with I Know What You Did Last Summer. I really like the first movie. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I have not seen the third one. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't think I need to, because I've heard very bad things about that, but I heard bad things about this and I liked this. So maybe I should go back and watch that one as well. Karma is a killer. If you like the franchise, I would give it a shot, even though I do kind of wish one of the only times that like all of these Lego sequels that are happening, I kind of wish that this movie maybe was its own thing and maybe just a reboot rather than bringing the old cast back. I think it didn't add much to the story that they were telling here, unfortunately. Next up, let's go over some Kinos. We haven't talked about Kino Lorber yet, and I have a nice stack of Kinos to talk about. First up, we have Airplane 2, the sequel. I watched Airplane, the original, for the first time last year. Really enjoyed that movie. And I haven't heard anything about Airplane 2, the sequel, but if it's more of the same, I am all on board for that. No reversible artwork, unfortunately, but there is a 4K and Blu-ray disc on here, so that's always nice that Kino does that. Next up, we have The Wrong Arm of the Law, Peter Sellers, 1960s comedic gem of a movie that's kind of like a heist movie as well. Love me some heists. Stars as Pearly Gates, the Cockney kingpin of London's most efficient gang of thieves, organizing spectacular robberies from behind the front of a dress salon. Okay. I like me some heist movies. I will watch that one. And next up from Kino Lorber on Blu-ray, we have The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. And fun fact, the song 9 to 5 came from this movie, which is why, or no, I Will Always Love You, right? Is that the song? I want to say, yeah, the song I Will Always Love You came from The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which is bizarre to me, because of course, that movie got reworked into The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston, but it came from a movie about a whole bunch of prostitutes first. So there you go there. Fun fact of the day from Jake. We have a Warner Archives release here. This is a 6-film collection from Judy Garland here. I love how Warner Archive is starting to put out some of these previous releases that they've had, but in a nice little slim collection. Because again, my collection is very beefy and I'm running out of space super duper quickly. So it's always nice when I can kind of get the most bang out of my buck in terms of space. And I love me some Judy Garland. Cannot wait to dig into this set here. Those are all 6 of the movies that are included with this collection. But let's continue to go rapid fire here. A movie that I cannot wait to watch from Arrow Video. I've seen it before, but I think it's going to pop like mad on 4K. We have In the Mouth of Madness. Love me some John Carpenter. This is one of his most unique movies. Very Lovecraftian, to say the least. Love me some Sutter Kane. And I love saying it that way, but I feel like my voice is going to go out if I say it too many times. I'm already coughing. Shouldn't have done that. Here is the artwork that looks great. I love the pairing of this and that when it comes to this release. I love the eyeballs in the sky there. It also comes with the theatrical poster artwork on the inside right here, but this is like one of those. Let's see if I can get a better shot. There we go. There's the theatrical poster artwork. This is one of the rare occurrences to where I'm actually going to keep the newly commissioned artwork, just because I think as a whole, it looks a heck of a lot better, just thematically. The disc also is themed to that artwork with a whole bunch of eyeballs, baby. Got some Evil Dead Rise promo in here. When's that coming out? I could have swore. I'm shocked that it hasn't gotten announced yet, I guess. Is that a January release from Arrow Video? We shall see. We get a booklet right here with a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies that I will never read. And finally, we get a double-sided poster, which I'm actually going to show you because there is yet another new artwork to showcase off here with Sutter Kane. There we go. In the Mouth of Madness. And then we get the artwork that's on the box there. Great looking release here. I might come out with a review of this sooner rather than later, just because I really enjoy this movie. And I'm really crossing my fingers that this 4K transfer looks great. Arrow Video usually brings the heat when it comes to their 4K transfers. So very happy to add this one to the collection. And yeah, I'll be watching it here sooner rather than later. Here's another horror movie that came out this year. From Lionsgate Limited. Haven't heard anything about The Home besides it stars Pete Davidson in a horror movie about the elderly. Yeah, sure. I don't know too much about it, so I don't have a lot to say. Although I will say there must be a lot of eyeball crap in this movie, because that is what this whole release is about. About needles by eyeballs, and I'm not about that. That's gonna freak me the F out. And on the inside, yeah, more eyeball needle play. So cool. That must be like the main horror scene in this movie, and that is what they are kind of putting on everything here. It's kind of crazy that Pete Davidson isn't on this release. I mean, there's a picture of him right there, but to not put Pete, the star of your movie, anywhere on here, just having like eyeballs all over it. It's a choice, I guess. I don't know if it's a good or bad one. I need to check out the movie first, and then maybe that'll make more sense to me. Who knows? We shall see. Here is one of the latest releases from Deaf Crocodile. I love me some animation, and Deaf Crocodile always brings the heat when it comes to bringing me animation from around the world. Here is Treasure of the Soviet Animation Volume 2 with 3 different movies. Look at that amazing artwork. All 3 of these movies are less than an hour. We have The Scarlet Flower, which is 42 minutes. The Snow Queen, 65 minutes. I guess that's over an hour. And The Key, which is 58 minutes. I don't know. I love that Deaf Crocodile is putting so much attention and care into animation styles from around the world, just because I'm such a nerd when it comes to animated anything. So yeah, I will be checking this out a little bit later. I mean, heck, Snow Queen for December, and I can mark it off of my 50 foreign films list. Sounds like a plan to me. Absolutely. So there is that release from Deaf Crocodile. Next up, we have a big beefy box set from Radiance Films. This is volume 2 of the Dai Gothic collection. I don't know if I said the first word right, but I tried my dangdest. Look at that amazing artwork there. Japanese ghost stories. There is that. Each movie is housed in its own individual case. Here is Demon of Mount Oi with some amazing artwork. My God, that looks haunting all on its own. You also have reversible artwork that you can do for all of these. I don't know. I guess that's creepy too. Look at that. That looks like some John Carpenter's Thing stuff, does it not? Maybe he got inspiration from this movie. I really don't know. But out of the 3 of these, that's the one that I'm probably most excited to watch. Here's the Haunted Castle. Again, and I can showcase off the inside artwork here. If I can pop the discs out. There we go. There is the Haunted Castle. And last but not least, we have, I guess I don't know if it's least or not, Ghost of Kasani Swamp. Ooh. There's the back. Pop that disc. And there is the reversible inside artwork. Radiance always does a great job of giving the collector the choice of what they want to showcase off. I'm always not gonna not be a fan of that. I'm always gonna be a fan of that. I don't know why I added 2 knots there. But that's because I'm already starting to get fatigued by showcasing off all of these and trying to be entertaining while I do it. And I'm probably halfway done. This video is going to be so dang long. Might have to do a little bit more rapid fire on some of these. Because again, I can feel my voice kind of being scratchy and stuff. Let's showcase off one of these big beefy box sets from the Film Vault that you can get at themovieroom.com. Here is one for Poltergeist. I finally watched Poltergeist for the first time on glorious 4K. You can see that each of these is individually numbered here. I got number 2894 out of 4,000 on Poltergeist. Here is the nice reveal to give you just some great artwork without the words, which is always a nice touch here. The back is that mysterious tree. That tree is up to no good, you know what I'm saying? We pop this sucker open here. This is what it looks like with the folder included. But we take the folder out, and that is where the magic happens, people, because it makes the Steelbook artwork completely pop off even more with the casing. Such nice touches over from the Film Vault, people. The Film Vault have given us a few different variations of their packaging. To me, this might be their strongest yet, because I love the element of having the artwork from the Steelbook be elevated a little bit more with the reveal when you open it up. Comes with a 4K and Blu-ray disc here. I thought Poltergeist was fine. I'm not the biggest paranormal person, I guess. I don't really believe in that stuff. So when I kind of see it being shown, I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. There are some amazing practical effects in this movie. Tobe Hooper went ham on this stuff. And I'll never get sick of that. There's even some I don't think it's stop motion animation. I'm trying to think of like when like all the stuff is rotating in the room. I don't know how they did that effect, and I think it looks pretty dang good. It's like this scene right here where all three of them are looking in the room. I don't know. I like this movie quite a bit. I'm hoping that it'll go up again on a rewatch. It's got to be one of those movies to where like the more times you watch it, the more times you spot things out and you like it. But what I really did like was like the family aspect. They felt like an actual family and not just actors portraying a family, which is always nice and super important to me. Comes with 2 mini posters. There is one, and this one is a double-sided one with the American theatrical artwork, and then the Japanese or Chinese theatrical artwork, overseas poster. I really like that. And I like that, again, Film Vault is giving you a choice. Giving collectors a choice in 2025 is just the way that you have to go to make sure that you come out with a solid release. And I really do think that the Film Vault came out with a good one here. But I'll showcase off one a little bit later in the video that I think did it just a tad bit better. I like this artwork, but for the next movie, for The Shining, I think it just looks a little bit more striking and strong. But again, Poltergeist was a very solid release from them. Here's another Steelbook. Again, another spooky Steelbook just in time. We have the 1990 edition of Night of the Living Dead, which I need to watch because I haven't seen this yet. It's been kind of killing me that I have not watched this movie as of yet. Tom Savini directed. I really enjoy the original, of course, the George A. Romero version. Haven't heard anybody's discussion on what like the 4K transfer looks like, on what this release is like. I know that I'm going to watch the uncensored version first, just because that's never been released on home video to my knowledge. So this should be a very fun, interesting watch to say the least, and cannot wait to finally check it out. Here's a movie that I've checked out once and have never felt the need to actually rewatch ever, and now this is my second 4K version of Requiem for a Dream. I really like the tri-lenticular effect that is on here. That looks very nice. Boom, I like that one right there. Face to face, face to face. And the packaging that Lionsgate Limited did for this movie is very unique because it opens up like a jewelry box. Very, I don't know. I haven't seen any type of physical media release have an opening with a box like that. Comes with the 4K and Blu-ray right there. And again, more original artwork here. Love to see it. 4K Blu-ray right there. I should give this movie a watch again. I don't think my wife has seen it, so that would give me a version or a reason to watch it right there, just to kind of see what her reactions are to some of the messed upness that happens in this movie. And it also comes with some character cards in here as well. Again, I don't want to spoil anything that happens in the movie, but the phrase ass to ass is just like never left my mind. And this whole Ellen Burstyn scene, my God. That whole transformation, it just leaves you feeling gross once you watch it. And I've never really had the need to feel that feeling again, I guess. But with Caught Stealing out, I feel like I should rewatch a lot of Darren Aronofsky's movies because he is a director that goes all over the board. I love that with my directors when they take risks in different genres. And for that being that man's second movie, it definitely left a long-lasting impression for me, even though I haven't seen it in like 15 years. I still remember scenes like they were yesterday. Here, let's do another imprint release. I got this one again at themovieroom.com. We were just talking about The Neverending Story. This is a smaller version. This is one that'll fit on my shelf very, very nicely. It's missing the documentary, which I did not realize until I got this, which is a bit of a bummer. But this is still a 3-disc set, and I like this Steelbook. I like how they chose this original, or not original artwork, but the original artwork for the movie, for the Steelbook. There's the front and the back. And on the inside, you have the 4K theatrical cut, and then you have 2 Blu-rays, which has both the theatrical cut and the German extended cut. So cannot wait to sink my teeth into this release either. It's been far too long since I've seen The Neverending Story. I'm hoping that I can watch it with my kiddos. I asked them. They said they weren't interested. One of these days, I'm just going to have it on, and hopefully they kind of migrate to the living room and want to watch it with me. Fingers crossed there. Here's another Steelbook release, another Western Steelbook release, because this is the year of the 4K Western. This is Sam Raimi's The Quick and the Dead, and this is actually a Western that I've seen prior to having the 4K actually come out, because I binged all of Sam Raimi's filmography before Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness came out. And this one is unique in his filmography. It's fun. It's about a whole bunch of like dueling contests. And baby Leonardo DiCaprio right there. That's always fun to watch, fun to see. Gene Hackman is great in this movie. Russell Crowe has never looked more dreamy. Like, now Russell Crowe is just like bloated. Grasping on for dear life to like stay in the Hollywood mainframe. But here he was still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and I don't know, really enjoyable in this movie. This is just a very fun movie from start to finish. Recommend The Quick and the Dead. Next up, I'm gonna rapid fire through a few new Steelbooks that I've added to the collection that I actually got myself, okay? A lot of these get sent to me by the studios. A lot of people give me a lot of crap about that, but I still like to add certain Steelbooks that I don't have access to that are older releases into the collection. I have like a stack of 7 or 8 here. Here is Wings of Desire, a 4K UK Steelbook. I have wanted to watch this for the longest time. Curzon, I did not know made Steelbook, so when I found this, I snatched it up real quick. Cannot wait to give that sucker a watch. Next up, I got the big beefy box set for Carlito's Way. Again, I haven't opened these yet. I'm not going to open them for this video here, but if you want more of like an in-depth look of my big beefy premium box sets for Steelbooks like this, I should make an updated video. I made one video about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and it did okay well, but I feel like this channel has grown a little bit more, and premium Steelbooks have kind of gone a little bit up in popularity. So maybe I should make a video just updating you on everything that I have, because it would also include Animal House, one of my favorite comedies from the 1970s. Love this release so much. I already have this Steelbook, but I liked all the extras that came in this release, and I don't know, I saw this for a price that I could not pass up, so I added that to the collection as well. We have a Blu-ray Steelbook. My kids and I are starting to get more and more into the Studio Ghibli back catalog. This is one of the newer ones from Miyazaki. The Boy and the Heron. Have not watched it yet, but again, I found this Steelbook for a pretty good price, so I added it real quick. I'm hoping for good things. I feel like we haven't watched a Studio Ghibli movie that we haven't liked yet, so I'm hoping that that trend continues. Here's a movie that I did not see in theaters, and after seeing the movie on Peacock, I was very, A, upset that I didn't see it in theaters, and B, upset I didn't own it physically anywhere or anyway. So I got the 4K overseas Steelbook of Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. What an absolute blast this movie is. I don't play Dungeons & Dragons at all. I have a friend group that does, just never got into it. I never caught the bug on it. I never really understood why you would want to, but I like board games. Just D&D is just not for me. This movie, though, might have me changing my mind, because that movie was an absolute blast from start to finish. Had to add that to the collection. We have Nikita here, the 4K UK Steelbook. I just watched Leon the Professional for the first time. Absolutely fell head over heels for that movie. I found out that Nikita was in the same universe, so I definitely want to give this movie a shot. And last but not least, I have the Sam Peckinpah directed Convoy. I know that Kino Lorber just came out with the 4K in the States. I already had this in the collection before that one got announced and got rolled out already. I don't know. I've heard very promising things about Convoy. I feel like I've seen that logo in Death Proof as well. That looks very Death Proof-esque to me. Some car action. What is not to love? Although that was the rapid fire of some Steelbooks that I got in, let's do a couple more quick hits on some new releases. Here is the 4K edition of Nobody 2. Again, I saw the first movie at home Really enjoyed it. Told myself, if there's a second one, I'll go see it in theaters. The thing about movies in theaters these days is that it's in for like a month, and then if it's not a super big blockbuster, it's out of theaters. I didn't have free time in that month to go see Nobody 2, and it bummed me out, but I only had to wait another couple months for it to hit 4K, baby. Very happy and excited to finally watch this one, but it'll probably have to be on the January watch list for sure. Another one that I did get time to see in theaters because I wanted to see this bad boy in IMAX. I loved what Joseph Krasinski did with Top Gun Maverick. So when I heard he was making an F1 movie and that he was filming it specifically for IMAX, I needed to see that. I needed to hear that. I needed to feel that in the bass rumbling. And this was such a fun time at the movies. Very happy that Apple decided to actually release this one on 4K. I heard that the IMAX ratio did not make the cut, which sucks, and I don't know why it wouldn't. But at least we have it 4K physically, thank goodness. It stinks that Killers of the Flower Moon never got a physical release, but hopefully this will buck the trend and start and sell well, number one, so that movies that come out from Apple theatrically will actually get a physical release. Fingers crossed, we shall see. Here is a new Steelbook that I have opened up. I got this from the good folks at 20th Century Studios. This is the 50th anniversary Steelbook of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, yes, yes. I saw this movie for the first time last year. Fell head over heels for it. So unique. Nothing else out there is really like it. It catches this vibe that I find so intriguing and fascinating and captivating, and I love it. I absolutely loved this movie. I do like musicals, but I never find myself in the mood to watch a musical. This one I feel like I should watch every October. I'm excited to show this to my kids when they get a little bit older. I think they will have a blast with it too. Who needs Wicked when you got Dr. Frankenfurter right here, you know what I'm saying? Let's go over a Blue Underground release, their newest 4K release from MVD. I got Raw Meat. This stars Christopher Lee and Donald Pleasance, and I don't know too much about it. It takes place like in the underground. It was called Deathline. It's also called Raw Meat. I don't know, but I do love me that slipcover and their silver piercing eyes right there. Very cool touch. There's a buttload of special features, just like Blue Underground likes to do. They don't come out with a lot of movies nowadays, but whenever they do, they usually put their all into their releases, which I find I always appreciate. And there's the inside. It also has another Raw Meat artwork. That's what this disc is. This artwork wasn't anywhere to be seen, so I thought I would pop that in. Again, Blue Underground giving you choice, and their transfers look phenomenal. So I'm very excited to watch Raw Meat. Maybe this October? Probably. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Another movie that I'm hoping to watch this October that just came out from Eureka. Again, trying to watch 50 foreign films. This is The Island. Perhaps the most accomplished genre picture directed by British-Chinese filmmaker Po Chin Long. The Island is Hong Kong's answer to the likes of Deliverance, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, and Motel Hell. A film that transports the visceral survival horror so popular in the 70s and 80s from the backwoods of America to a remote island in East Asia. Okay, you got my attention, The Island. You got my attention, Eureka. There is the artwork that you can reverse it over to. And then on the inside, we've got some creepy guy right there. There's the disc. Hoping for good things with this. Comparing it to some heavy hitter horror movies is definitely going to catch my eye. So I'm really hoping that it is that dang good. Here's a movie that I feel like I should like cover up part of. Maybe, I don't know how this app kind of covers this. From Kino Lorber, the newest edition of their Kino Cult line. Here's Isla, She-Wolf of the SS. Don't know too much about this franchise. I think there's 4 movies from this Isla franchise, and I have never seen any of them. This very much reminds me of Werewolf of the SS, I want to say. She-Wolf. Is it just She-Wolf of the SS? The trailer that was on Grindhouse, directed by Rob Zombie. Giving off those vibes, which, yeah, I'm intrigued to say the least. Comes with a 4K, comes with a Blu-ray. Don't know when I'm going to watch this, but I feel like I'll need to have friends over, and they'll need to be like, why do you have that in your collection? And then we'll pop it in and watch it and see what inspires there. We do have another movie from Kino Lorber's offshoot Raro, a movie directed by Lamberto Bava. This is Body Puzzle. Love me some Lamberto Bava. Love me some demons with a passion. So I'm hoping that this is anywhere near that masterpiece. I don't really know too much about it. It's a thrilling, macabre slasher movie from giallo master Lamberto Bava. It tells the tragic story of the mourning widow Tracy. I'm not going to read anymore. But yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot just because of Lamberto Bava, for sure. Here's a movie, again, from Kino Lorber that my wife, I didn't know anything about The Bone Collector, but I know now that this serial killer puts body parts of his victims out, and it's up to Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie to solve the puzzle of who's doing this and how to stop him. Yeah, that sounds absolutely wonderful to me. My wife really loves like true crime-ish stuff. I think this is going to be right up her alley, and it should be a fun watch with her and I. So win-win there. Again, never seen it. Love me some Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington, though, so hoping for good things with this one as well. Here's a movie that I have seen, and I didn't pick up the MVD 4K when it originally came out, but Viavision came out with their own 4K edition of Rain Man in a great-looking lenticular cover. You can actually see the visual pop, like the 3D pop of this pretty dang well on camera, which is always nice. Comes with a J card with all the information on everything that is included here. But if we take the J card off, it also comes with some nice glossy goodness on the back there. On the inside, I hate this. I hate this cover artwork. This does not scream Rain Man to me. This screams like early 2010, like late 2000s, early 2010s random drama movie. And I don't like how there's no reversible artwork or anything for me to choose from here. That's a little unfortunate. I hate that too. Ugh. It makes me want to vomit. Gross. It also comes with a booklet, and I want to say this is just a picture booklet. My favorite kind of book, because this is one that I'll actually read, because you don't have to. You just have to thumb through all the fun pictures, and who doesn't love to do that? Next, we already talked about an Angelina Jolie movie with The Bone Collector. Let's talk about another one from themovieroom.com and 88 Films. We have Hackers on glorious 4K, baby. Have not seen this movie, but I do like me a good like 90s sci-fi tech thriller movie, and I feel like that's exactly what I'm going to get with Hackers. Look at this back cover. That is amazing. That is so early 90s, it's insane. Their crime is curiosity. Boot up or shut up, okay? Open this up. You get even more artwork. This is the original poster artwork here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with some Hackers. You got a 4K. You got a Blu-ray. Boom. Boom. You get a booklet and some cards and stuff. Again, if you want to go over to themovieroom.com, use my discount code STEELBOOK10 to save 10% off of everything on the website that I'm showing you today. How about that? How about that? So we don't get any complications anywhere here. Now let's go over... You know what? I kind of want to go over this one. I know it's October and we shouldn't be talking about Christmas, but MVD put out an amazing documentary earlier this year, 1982 Greatest Geek Year Ever. Well, that same crew came out with Best Christmas Movies Ever as well. Cannot wait to watch this December. I have a holiday section in my collection that this is going to go into, and I don't even know how long this is yet. I did not check into the length of this movie. Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. Look at this. Maybe I won't check into it, and that'll be a surprise. I did flip this around. This was on the inside, but I thought it would just be cooler on the outside. Love that. Love that aesthetic. It comes with a little mini poster as well. 98 minutes, so not long at all. Okay. Greatest Geek Year Ever was pretty dang lengthy. I was expecting this to be at least 2.5 hours. So the fact that it's only an hour and a half, that's going to be a very quick, easy, fun watch. Yes. Very pumped, and I hope this crew comes out with one of these every year, because I would watch it. This is like comfort food to me. Just this type of documentary, like a best year ever, best week ever. I love the 90s, love the 80s stuff. Like that's the vibe that these are giving off, and I love it. I am such a sucker for that type of content. Here is a new release Steelbook from Universal. We have American Pie in glorious 4K. Of course, over in the UK, 88 Films already put out the 4K edition. I'm assuming it's the same transfer, so it's going to look absolutely gorgeous if you don't have American Pie in your collection in 4K. Highly recommend it. Looks spectacularly, jaw-droppingly gorgeous. This edition comes with a 3-hour documentary that the 88 Films 4K does not. So that's another reason why I'm probably going to keep this, because I want to make sure that I have that documentary on hand. American Pie revealed the complete story of all 3 comedies. So very fun to have that on here. And I guess I'll have 2 copies of American Pie on 4K in my collection. Oh, collecting in 2025. You are crazy. And some people collect things for the damnedest reasons. For me, if it's got a documentary that's nowhere else, yep, grabbing that, putting that there, not getting rid of it, not getting that. Here's another movie that I got from MVD, the latest release from Troma. This is hashtag Shakespeare Shartstorm in glorious 4K special features. Like, I don't know what the hell this is about. 2 decades after Romeo and Juliet, Lloyd Kaufman and the Troma team go back to the Bard for a traumatic adaptation of Shakespeare's The Tempest. Okay, oh my god. I had no idea this was another shot at Shakespeare here. I mean, I guess I should have known that with the title, but yeah, their take on The Tempest, dear Lord, do I need this in my life? I do not know. Yeah, Troma. You never know what you're going to... I mean, you kind of know what you're going to get with them, but you never know if you're going to be on board with the type of schlock that they have to just completely throw in your face. Hopefully I am. Lloyd Kaufman, I do appreciate. I think I appreciate more than I actually enjoy his work, but very cool to see that company still coming out with 4K titles. Yeah, more of that, please, Troma. More of that from everybody, please. I will never say no to some glorious 4K, baby. All right, next up, I'm going to go over some quick... I made a post on Instagram talking about movies that haven't gotten physical media releases yet, and it did very well on that platform. I partnered with Sloppy Second Sales to get some streaming-only movies in my physical media collection. First up, we have Over the Garden Wall. Have never been able to watch this, so very happy that I will finally be able to, and then I'll have it in my collection to watch. With the release of Wake Up Dead Man coming out very, very soon, I wanted to make sure that I rewatched Glass Onion. I have Knives Out in 4K in my collection in a glorious Steelbook. It sucks that this wasn't even released at all on any type of physical platform. If Lionsgate got their hands on this and came out with another Steelbook, I would be so happy. It would be the best, but I don't think it's in the cards for them at all. So I'm going to have to do this route. If there's an actual release, I will swap these out, but I wanted to make sure that I had them in my collection nonetheless. I do like Army of the Dead. It's dumb fun, but I do enjoy this film, and I wanted to make sure that I kind of completed the Of the Dead franchise that is out there. And then I didn't even know they made a sequel to that movie, or a prequel, or a side story in that universe. Army of Thieves, which is a heist film. I love heist movies, so I'm going to give this one a shot as well. I never saw this on Netflix, so I don't know the algorithm. I don't know if it didn't want me to see it or what, but now it's right here. I saw this movie when it originally came out in theaters when I was in New Orleans. Very happy that I was able to do so, because it wasn't playing wide. It wasn't playing everywhere. But I did get to see David Fincher's The Killer. I feel like this movie got slept on because it just got released exclusively on Netflix. Or I guess not exclusively, because it was in theaters for a limited amount of time. I saw that movie and Killers of the Flower Moon. I did that in a double feature when I was in New Orleans. It'll be a time I never forget as like a cinephile myself. And I feel like if more people saw this in theaters, they would have enjoyed it a lot more. I think this is one of David Fincher's best movies. Very happy that I have it in my collection. And last but not least, very, very hot take here. Very piping hot take coming at you. This is my favorite movie in the Hellraiser franchise. The newest edition of Hellraiser. The one that was stuck on Hulu Hell. I adored this movie so much. I thought it elevated what the original did. And the original is great. Don't get me wrong. I like the first one, like the second one. Those are the only ones that I've seen, and I've seen this one. But out of those three, I like this new 2022 edition the best. So come at me in the comments, I guess, because I know no one is going to agree with that take whatsoever. Let's talk about another Arrow video movie. Abel Ferrara, his latest edition that is getting, or his latest movie getting released on 4K, Miss 45, and we had some SS-sploitation. Now we have some nun-sploitation here. Don't know what I'm going to get myself into with this movie. I've seen a handful of Mr. Abel's films, and they're memorable to say the least. They'll make you sick to your stomach to say the most, I guess. It'll sit with you kind of like a Requiem for a Dream style. Probably not that, actually kind of the same level. It's not a bad comparison there. It just kind of leaves you with ick. At least Bad Lieutenant did for me. King of New York kind of has some of those elements. It doesn't go hard into it. I feel like this one is gonna go hard. It's gonna go, I've heard it's like a rape revenge movie, and that's never really my super duper cup of tea. So we'll see how egregious those scenes get. I'm really hoping it doesn't get stuck in the weeds with those. You also get a poster. You also get a booklet, just like you do with so many other Arrow video box sets. It's crazy that Miss 45 is getting a box set treatment like it is. I'm not mad at it. It's nice, but I would have been happy with just like a standard slipcover release for Miss 45 too. I've never, especially when they added the slipcover and it adds no new image. It doesn't add any different artwork. I don't understand why the slipcover is even there. So a little gripe on my front, or maybe just a minor complaint. Who the heck knows? But I got thoughts. Okay, I've got thoughts. Here is another Steelbook release, a movie that I need to watch badly. This is The Bride of Frankenstein, because I've seen Frankenstein. That 4K looked glorious, and that movie was very, very good. So I need to give more of these classic Universal monster movies their time in the sun. I've heard people like The Bride of Frankenstein more than Frankenstein. So again, I just need to watch it for myself. Glad I'll be able to in glorious 4K. That might be the tipping point to get me to actually watch it. We have another Warner Archive 6 film collection here. This is the Hollywood Legends of Horror collection, just in time for Spooky Dookie season. And one thing I like about these releases, I didn't show you the Judy Garland because I left that one sealed. I opened this one up just so I could show you that they have released all these individually in the past, which means that each movie comes on their own individual disc and they're not stack packed. And you can see the luscious artwork on every single one of them. I just like these releases a lot. Very happy that Warner Archive is re-releasing them so you can get these for a fraction of what you could if you bought them all individually. So it's very, very nice that they decided to go and do that route. Here's a movie that I have seen, and I just watched the 4K of it not too long ago. This is The Good, the Bad, the Weird, Inglorious 4K. Again, Westerns on 4K. Even if they are foreign Westerns, it's a Western nonetheless. And this movie is a blast, man. This movie is insane when it comes to the action and the intertwining of characters. Highly recommend it if you like Westerns or if you don't like Westerns, because I feel like this might be a gateway Western just because it is so wacky and fun. Like, sorry, I got something in my eye. There is something, I can't remember the name of the character, but that's nobody's fault but mine. I have terrible name memory. This character right here, there's a scene to where he is like shooting things up and like riding and having like an elevated fight scene on ropes while he's shooting different cow folk. It is amazing. Action set pieces that rival that of John Wick. Yes, I will go ahead and say that. Yeah, just some fun times to be had here. You also get some cards. You also get a booklet in here that I will show off. There's the booklet. Good, the Bad, the Weird. Boom, boom, boom. You can tell I've been recording for over an hour now because I am just antsy to kind of wrap this thing up. But I still have to showcase off all of these because that is what New Release Roundup is all about. Even though I'm about to lose it. Oh man, this is why I don't do live streams that much anymore, because I feel like I just lose patience with talking for this long, especially when I'm the only one talking. It's weird. There's something weird about it to me. But I see how other people find it soothing. When I'm at work, I listen to videos like this. I have it on in the background, and it's just something to have while you're getting stuff done. So I'm hoping other people are doing that too right now. Let's go into a couple random movies that I got from MVD. Ones I've never heard of before that hopefully are good, but I don't know. This is Scream-Ninnyville. Don't know anything about this. I'm assuming it's a paranormal movie. It's a fright scene tour. Every Halloween in a town so hidden it isn't on any map. The residents transform their homes into terrifying spectacles with witches, zombies, ghosts, and monsters. They don't do it for fun. They do it to keep the visitors away. Okay, well that's something right there. We have a couple of Anchor Bay releases. If I can, yeah, here's one called Candy Apple, an assortment of intense oddball characters that are low on cash but high on ideas you don't want to miss. Candy Apple. That doesn't tell you anything. That was the quote up there. Thanks, Indie Flurry. I've never heard of you in my life. Why would I trust you? Here is the latest release from Decal Releasing. And I have heard of this movie, but I don't know anything about it. Relay, starring Riz Ahmed and Sam Worthington, follows a world-class fixer who brokers lucrative playoffs between corrupt corporations and the individuals who threaten their ruin. Sure, why not? We also have another one from Anchor Bay here. This is undisc covered, so I'm assuming it's never been released on disc before, and that's kind of the vibe they're going for. This is Dead Man's Barstool. Centers around Mary, the wife of a renowned televangelist known as John the Preacher, facing an impending divorce that threatens to leave her with a meager financial settlement. Okay. That does not sound up my alley at all. But I will tell you one that is. Love me some Warner Archive, because they released those great 6-pack collections recently. They also have been releasing a lot of classic animation. Here's some nice Hanna-Barbera for you with Touche Turtle and Dum Dum, the complete series. And I'll be honest with you, I've never seen this show a day in my life, but I am very intrigued to see what it is all about. Touche away! So began the 52 episodes of delightful series of animated adventures featuring the swashbuckling hero Touche Turtle and his faithful sheepdog companion Dum Dum. One of 3 different new cartoon series introduced by Hanna-Barbera from the 1962-1963 television season. The first ever collection is right here because of Warner Archive, and that will always make me happy to see that type of classic animation released physically so it doesn't get forgotten. Speaking of not getting forgotten, and a very cool special feature that was on a release, here is Meatballs, showcasing off the first theatrical starring movie of Bill Murray. And there's a little lenticular action. It's little, but it's practical, and I kind of enjoy that. What I enjoy even more is that they use the classic artwork on the Steelbook, which I think looks a lot better than the lenticular. The back is the back of them, which is fun. But what's also fun is the Lionsgate Limited exclusive features that are on this release, because Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman, comes and he helped with the restoration process. He wanted to make sure that I was as close to what his dad envisioned as possible. And it shows that Lionsgate Limited has done this a lot, and I never not find it so utterly intriguing. It goes and puts a camera in that process and shows how they did some certain sound mixes, how a DVD sound mix sounds different than a Blu-ray sound mix, and how they kind of go and clean that up for the 4K edition. It's intriguing to me, and I really enjoy Lionsgate doing that type of work. It's fun. The movie is a hoot, and I've never seen it before this movie, or before this 4K release. So very happy that I was able to finally watch that. And if you are a fan of this movie, I do think that it's worth getting this in your collection just for looking at the behind the scenes special features on this release. Now let's do back-to-back Steelbooks. Are we going crazy here? Here is another 4K Steelbook for Beetlejuice. I know this came out last year. It had a 4K Steelbook. I'm assuming it already sold out. So they came out with a second edition. I already own this movie on Steelbook, but it's nice to know that they are re-releasing it. So if you didn't get your hands on that first one, they have a new one for you to go and get. My family just watched the original Beetlejuice for the previous family movie night, so I'm pretty sure this next family movie night we'll be watching Beetlejuice. I'm curious to see. This will be the second time I've seen it. I'm hoping that I like it a little bit more than the first. It was fine the first time, but we'll see if if my rating will go up or down the second time around. Here is another release from Vinegar Syndrome that I got from themovieroom.com. The latest release from Cinematograph. This is gang related, starring Jim Belushi and Tupac Shakur. Absolutely wild that both of these men are in the same movie. I won't take the J card off here because the tape is kind of a pain in the butt. But you can see that there's like a little pull string tab right there that you do, and it really helps getting this release out. It makes it so easy to do. Here is this is how every single Cinematograph is packaged. It's okay. Feels very like hardbound book related because all the book stuff is inside here, which is kind of a nice touch. It's definitely what gives this whole line its uniqueness. I think they're a little bit basic of releases, but I was interested in seeing gang related. This is just a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K either, which is kind of a bummer. I'm not sure why they decided to go that route, but yeah, very curious to watch this one. I don't think I've seen any Tupac movie ever, which is baffling to me. Kind of shameful also, because I have Belly. I haven't seen Belly. Haven't seen Gang Related. I need to get on one of those. So I'll probably be watching Gang Related sooner rather than later. Here's another couple random ones that I got from MVD. First up, from Cult Epics, we have School in the Crosshairs. Months before the lead of this movie hits sailor suits and machine gun. I'm gonna stop there because I don't know what it's even referencing. If I don't know the reference, I'm not going to continue making a butt of myself. That is for sure. There's School in the Crosshairs. Don't know anything about this movie, obviously. So maybe you do, and if you do, let me know in the comments. That looks a little bit wild there for the reversible artwork. Very cool. School in the Crosshairs. There is that release. And then we have the lone DVD release that I got from MVD, and that is Mirror Life Modern Zombies. Find Cure, Escape Lab. Tell everyone, okay? Tell everyone you know. Don't know anything about this movie either, but there it is nonetheless. We have 5 more movies to go over. I've got a couple big beefy box sets. Let's go over one of those now. Another Viavision title. Here is Point Break. Inglorious 4K. I already had the 4K Steelbook from Shout Studios. Love that release. But it's still cool to have, or I know the Australians now have their own version to grab at ease. That's always nice. I do like this artwork on this release right here. Comes with the 4K. Comes with 2 different Blu-rays right there. We get one Blu-ray with just special features and the other one that comes with the movie. I can't remember if there's reversible artwork in here or not. There is. Got that blue artwork that's kind of on the front lenticular cover of this release. And then you also have 6 art cards right here. I love me some Point Break. It's dumb, bro, fun. And the older I get, the more I really crave this type of stuff. I always made fun of my dad when he would watch this stuff. I'm like, why are you watching this? I get it now. It's just fun to turn your brain off and be entertained. And yeah, I am all about that. I don't need to be educated every time I watch a movie. Sometimes it's fun just to watch explosions and bros being bros. You know what I'm saying? I have a couple of Arrow video titles left, so I'll do the non-box one first. This is 3 and 3 Extremes, which are 2 different movies. They are Japanese anthology horror movies. So this is one I will be watching this month. I might jump to 3 Extremes instead of just 3, because 3 Extremes has shorts from Kimji, or no, sorry, maybe. Okay, it has one, sorry, I had to read. And they're Hong Kong anthology movies, not Japanese or Chinese or whatever I said. I'm terrible at that stuff. Park Chan-wook made one of these shorts. He directed Oldboy, love that. Takashi Miike, who directed Audition, also came out with a short film for this release. So has me intrigued, to say the least. I love me anthology movies when they're done right. My favorite anthology movie of all time, horror anthology, I guess, is Tales from the Hood, because every single one rocks. I love every single story in those. Like, usually with anthologies, there's one that's a bit of a stinker. Tales from the Hood, there's not. And I'm really hoping that Three Extremes, especially with some heavy hitter directors, they will also be bringing the heat every single time. Next up from Raro, we have The 44 Specialist. Again, don't know too much about this movie either. It's a high-octane cop thriller. Always up for that. Again, dad movie. That seems like the ultimate dad movie. Got 2 releases left, 1 box, and then 1 even bigger box. Here is the UK edition of American Gigolo from Arrow Video over in the UK that I got from the movieroom.com. These last 2 will be movieroom.com movies. There's that. I missed out on the US release, so very happy to get my hands on the UK one. Again, the exact same stuff. This has a 4K in it, just the same. There are some art cards here. There is a booklet. There is a poster. I don't know. You get so many of these Arrow Video releases that they just all kind of are the same. They get kind of samey to me. That's why it's good samey. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just, I wish that they would think outside the box and release something a little bit different, as opposed to just like, hey, this box will have a poster and a book and the case. And people are usually happy with that. Collectors usually like that type of stuff. And I don't hate it. I do hate this. I hate how there's no differentiated artwork. It drives me nuts. And let me show you how it should be done with this last release here. Again, from the Film Vault, we have The Shining, baby. Look how glorious this edition looks. Sliding it off like... Actually, I should showcase off what the back looks like of the slipcover, because the back without the slipcover is different. Here it is. I love having that clean image without any words on there whatsoever. Pops like crazy. There's the typewriter on the back, and you can see it's individually numbered. I got number 4585 out of 6,000. You open it up like so. Right here, opens up. That's what it looks like. Everything that, like, all the extra physical materials in here make it look like the typewriter, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. On the back it says from the desk of Jack Torrance. Love that. I love that touch. And Film Vault does it better than most. That is for dang sure. They have big size lobby cards right here. We have a couple of shots from Stanley Kubrick. Every single one has a quote on the back as well that I will kind of showcase off here. Boom. As semi-quickly as possible. But I also want to give this one its time in the sun, because these releases are stunners, especially for The Shining, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I'm glad that I have like a definitive edition like this, because I'll never need another release. That is for dang sure. I didn't own this movie on 4K either, because I missed out on that yellow Steelbook that came out. That was a maze that had all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That was the first picture that I showed, so I won't show that anymore. Here is one of the posters that comes with it, and then it comes with a double-sided poster with that artwork that I always have in my background right here, because I think that is so weird that that is how The Shining was advertised, because I don't remember anything looking like that in the movie. But then this, of course, I also have a Jack Torrance on my white wall that always will remind me of The Shining. I don't know, there's something perfect about that movie, and I haven't watched it in so long. I should watch that this spooky dooky season, if I am being 1000% honest. But here is the reveal of the steel. Look at that, and I love how it just kind of expands upon itself on the inside. I think that is such a nice touch. Use the ribbon to get the Steelbook out. There's just like a level of quality to this release that I really appreciate. The back is the red rum door, classic. On the inside, you get a 4K, you get a Blu-ray, you get more of that magical, horrifying maze on the inside. And there we have it, folks. That is all 79 movies that I'm adding to my collection. So you know what that means. Next up, hopefully next week, I'll have another video up where I put not only all of those movies away, but then I also put all of those movies away, it is going to be a lot, and I already am dreading it, but it's got to be done, and I have to show it all off to you, because why do it just on my own time when I can entertain 1,000 people that actually end up watching it and soothing them? They like the ASMR aspects of those movies. I'm glad somebody enjoys that process, because I do not. Well, that has been new release roundup, episode number 40. Thanks for watching this long, and until next time, I'll see ya.